In order for Israel to rule the world, Israel has to impose upon all of mankind a political dictatorship, a world government. We have arrived at world government. Ask Muammar Gaddafi in Libya, he'll tell you. In order for Israel to rule the world, Israel has to impose an economic dictatorship. And Israel has to impose a monetary dictatorship upon mankind. And so when Sunnah money, I coined the phrase Sunnah money many years ago, the gold dinar and silver dirham, when it disappeared from the market, it did not disappear by accident, you dum-dum. When will you wake up? There is a reason why the gold dinar and silver dirham disappeared from the market, but they will not tell you. Force them to tell you. Ask them, why did the gold dinar and silver dirham disappear from the market? Ask them. They will have to answer you one day, because Imran Hussein is here to expose them. That secular scholarship has to be sent to Singapore. Let it remain there. But when the next tsunami comes, we say, goodbye Singapore. We're not missing you anymore. Because you pay the Indonesian daughter of mine $300 a wage that no Singaporean woman will work for. That is oppression. At $300 is oppression. And Islam has zero tolerance for oppression. And Allah will destroy you for your oppression. So when the next tsunami comes, goodbye Singapore, we're not going to miss you. That secular scholarship has to be exposed. That political dictatorship is already here. That economic dictatorship is already here. That monetary dictatorship is already here. You got homework to do if you are 21 years of age. And the reason why it is here is so that one people might rule the world. My guess is that it will not take more than maybe 20, 25 years before Israel rules the world and the false Messiah emerges in Jerusalem. But where is he now? A companion of the Prophet ﷺ came to him in Medina. He was a Christian, he became Muslim. His name was Tamim al-Dari, and narrated to him an experience he had. When I analyze it, my understanding is that this was a vision. But you are free to have your own understanding. The Prophet ﷺ then said to the people, sit down. Tamim al-Dari has come to me and told me something about Dajjal which confirms what I have been saying to you. And now we get the event from the lips of the Prophet ﷺ. That Tamim al-Dari and some 40 of his companions went on board a ship from the Arab land. And a ship normally travels on water, doesn't it? Normally, yeah. And the storm came and blew the ship for a whole month until they came to land. And it was an island, that's what the hadith said. And when they got on shore, on the land, they were confronted by a very hairy creature. So much hair, they could not tell which side was head and which side was tail. The preacher said that I am jassasa. Wala tajassasu. Do not spy. Someone should tell that a special branch. So jassasa means spy. So this is an island about 1 month's journey by sailing ship from the Arab world, which has excellence in spying and espionage, James Bond kind of stuff. Jassasa said to them, go over there, there's someone waiting to see you. And they went and they found a monastery lying in ruins. And so this is an island in which religion will eventually collapse and crumble. Eventually it will be atheists, and they will sell their church for KFC, and another church will be sold to McDonald's hamburgers, because nobody going to church. So they rushed, and there they found a man in chains, his hands chained to his neck, and his feet chained. And the man started to question them. Has that Nabi al-Ummi, the Nabi who is not a Jew, has he arrived in Medina? They said yes. Are the people following him? They said some are, some are not. He said they should follow him, that would be better for them. He asked, is there any water left in the Sea of Galilee? They said yes. Plenty water. He said it will soon dry up. And then he said, I am Dajjal. And when I am released, I will enter every town and every city, but he did not mention Kampung. So at the time when Tamim al-Dari narrated this event to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Dajjal was still in chains on that island, not yet released. But shortly after that, Nabi Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam suspected a Jewish boy whose name was Ibn Sayyad in Medina to be Dajjal. Suspected. So he took Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu with him to go and question the boy. But the boy was impertinent, disrespectful in his answer. So Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu said, O Messenger of Allah, give me permission, I'll cut off his neck. No, Umar, don't do that. If he is Dajjal, you cannot kill him. And if he is not Dajjal, it would be sinful to kill him. If he is Dajjal, implies that the possibility exists. But that possibility could only exist if Dajjal was released. Got it? So now we know from this event, Nabi Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam is conveying the information that the release of Dajjal has now taken place. The last prophet has come. The Jews have rejected him, and Allah has released released Dajjal. But then where is he? It could not have been Ibn Sayyad, because he died. He was buried. Could not be Ibn Sayyad. He also became a Muslim. The Prophet said, sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, that when Dajjal is released, he will live on earth for 40 days. One day like a year. Yawmun kasana. One day like a month. Yawmun kashahr. One day like a week. Yawmun kajum'ah. وَسَائِرُ أَيَّامِهِ كَأَيَّامِكُمْ. And all his days, meaning all the rest of his days, like your days. When his day is like our day, he would be in our world. So we would see him. He would be a Jew. He would be born of Jewish parents. He would be a Jew. He would be a young man. He would be powerfully built. He would have curly hair. And where would he be? In Jerusalem. But where would he be in a day which is like a year? And if we are alive at that time, how will we perform salah in a day which is like a year? They asked. Our lecture tonight devotes attention to this subject. When Dajjal is in a day which is like a year, he commences his mission from this island. And we have identified the island in this book. You will see the photograph. There are 3 blue circles. 3 blue circles. The book is in the back. There's a table at the back where the book is available. The English book. Bahasa is only about 11 copies we have. We have identified the island as Britain. But you don't have to agree with us. If you want to say Singapore, that's up to you. After all, Singapore is in Israel, everybody knows that. When Dajjal is in a day like a year, Britain became the ruling state. And the phrase was coined Pax Britannica. Britain ruled. Did this happen by accident? Come on, secular scholarship. Come on, we want to hear from you. They don't talk. They're so silent. And then when Dajjal moved to a day which is like a month, Pax Britannica gave way to Pax Americana, and the United States became the ruling state in the world. But the United States rules the world for a much shorter period of time than Britain. That was a day like a year. This is a day like a month. And now, Obama or no Obama, the United States is in a state of decline. The US dollar is in hospital. Everybody knows that. And a day which is like a month is coming to an end. And a day which is like a week is started and beginning. And so Pax Americana has to give way to a third ruling state.